So we just determined that the derivative of this function that we've got written up here is 1 over 2 square root of x. So now we can use that to find this information here. Find the equation of the tangent line of f at the point 9, 3. This is one of those problems you're going to see several times over the next 6 or 8 months. That's one of those things you need to be sure you remember how to do. Equation of a tangent line, you're going to see that quite often. And we're going to go back and use some Algebra 1 in order to do that. And the Algebra 1 we're going to use is this formula right here. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now y and x are variables. x1 and y1 is a point, the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. And m is the slope. Well, look at what we have here. We have x is 9. We have that y is 3. So that's our x and our y. We just need the slope. Well, what's the slope? Slope is derivative. So to find our slope, we need to find the derivative at this particular point. We need to find f prime at 9. So that's going to be 1 over 2 times the square root of 9, which is 1 over 6. So now, how do we write out the answer? It says find the equation of the tangent line. Y minus 3 equals 1/6 x minus 9. Now here's where it differs now in calculus than what it was in before calculus in the algebras. You do not want to do anything else than this. You want to leave this just like it is unless you're specifically told to do differently. Because here's the reason. If this is a free response question and you leave this answer here and it's correct, you will get credit for it. If you go further than this and make a mistake, you will not get credit. So leave this problem as is unless you're told to specifically get it in slope-intercept form. So that would be an acceptable answer. This was not an acceptable answer in Algebra 1, but it is an acceptable answer in AP Calculus. Now, let's talk about this next question down here. What is the slope of the tangent line to f when x is 0? Well, what is that asking us to do? That's saying find out what is f prime at 0. Well, f prime at 0 is 1 over 2 times the square root of 0, which means what? Undefined, because we can't divide by 0. So the derivative, the slope, and the derivative are undefined at x equals 0 for this particular function. Well, what does that tell you? That tells you that the slope would be undefined. What kind of line has an undefined slope? It would be a vertical line. So that would tell us that as we're getting close to 0 when we're drawing this function, that the function is going to be doing something like this. It's going to be going almost straight up and down. And I know I'm not drawing a straight line, but you get the picture. So the function is going to be something like this. We know when we're over here at 9, the function has a slope of 1/6. So that means it's doing, the slope there would be something like this. So you can see that if we can get enough of these slopes together, we have a pretty good idea of what the graph would look like. If you remember from previous courses, this graph would look something like this, the square root curve. It's kind of a half of a parabola laid on its side there. So that's kind of where we're headed with this. The main thing I want you to be able to do is understand how to evaluate it, how to find it like we've done in the previous slides, how to evaluate it at different points there.